I want some reeds, a bird facing this way, a guy doing this, and a guy walking like the Egyptians. So yeah, we'll have to. I guess we'll have to entertain ourselves here for just a few moments, so that.
Oh, he's spelling out it's Gosu. That's what he's doing.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is baller. Here, I'm gonna pop to the game on screen so our viewers can get a shot of that. There you go.
That is pretty crazy.
Yep, see the old it's Gosu there. Thank you so much, TQ Wannabe. You are the hero amongst heroes here. But thanks for joining us, by the way, each and every one of you hanging out with us in the stream, hanging out with us in the Battle.net chat. It's an absolute blast, as always. Going to go ahead and pop up our calendar. Make sure you check out, no matter what level of player you are, bronze all the way through Grandmaster, we've got something for you. Our beta and alpha divisionals are always going to be for, we don't call them lower leagues, we call them younger leagues, so to speak.
The younger leagues?
Yes, the youngsters, the developing Gosus of tomorrow. The bronze and silver players going to be signing up for our beta divisionals and the alpha divisionals. For gold and platinum league players, first prize is 1 hour of free coaching with a grandmaster level player here in North America. So, we've been working very exclusively with Revolution of late, of Team Revoke. Guy's an amazing player. I don't know if he's currently in GM or not. I know he's been in and out a few times. GM, of course, quite competitive to see if he can make it in. But then we've got our Omega Divisionals like you're seeing this evening. That's for Diamond, Grandmaster, and Master League players. $20 cash money on the line. Then, of course, all of our other events. Our Gosu Cups, our IG Cups, I should say, our Omega Cups, our King of the Hills each and every Sunday, our Faction Wars involving 6 of the best teams in North America. Going to be bringing you the VODs on those very, very soon. So make sure you check out all that action. Head to itsgosu.com and check out the news as well. We got tons and tons of stuff going on. And, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Also, if you're enjoying the tunes you're hearing right now, check these guys out as well. HaloTopic.newgrounds.com, MySpace.com/Indigo League, and Ronald Jinkies at RonaldJinkies.com. So, how are we looking on the rest of the bracket there, Red Mage?
Looks like on the other semifinal bracket, GG Last Shadow taking on IXC Maestro. They're still in their games right there. I think
right.
I briefly saw them go in immediately when we stopped the game versus Krolu. So I think they're either in their second matchup or their third matchup. Judging by Last Shadow versus Maestro, it probably is going to be second to third or probably into their second.
All right,
first to second. So
hopefully we'll get a word back from Krolu here very shortly. So, but if there's anything we do want to announce so far as looking forward, if you guys are hanging out with us in the stream right now, make sure you're back hanging out with us for all of our events next week. We're giving away more than $1,000 in Magic cards. And, I'm not the biggest card gamer. Tell our fellows here a little bit about the cards we're giving away.
Yeah, they were a limited edition. They are a limited edition set that was available only at the 2010 New York comic book convention. I would keep wanting to call it Comic-Con, but the New York Comic Book Convention from last year, and they are part of the Planeswalker series. They're absolutely amazing. They do, of course, have all the individual elements there with all the special characters that you can get, and the packs themselves, if you were to get the non-limited edition look of them, they're about $15 a piece, in retailers and on eBay and stuff like that. But because these are special, the way you know that they're special, there's no cardboard hanger like most of the box sets have. These are the actual cellophane, limited edition run because they have a full portrait. There's no big Magic Planeswalker deck stamp on the front of them. They are, of course, made by Wizards of the West Coast, but they have the Wizards of the West Coast and the Magic the Gathering title blocks, but they're not the standard box set. So they are very, very wicked cool. We have quite a few of them, and by quite a few I mean a ton of them. There's about $1,000 worth of those cards. Those card boxes, and each box contains 30 cards in there with a good set assortment of other cards in there. So if you're a big Magic fan, this is definitely something to get a hold of. And even if you're not a big Magic fan, if you have a friend that's a big Magic fan, this is something to get a hold of. And even if you just want to make a quick buck off of us, that's the other way. That
exactly.
It's one of those things that definitely make sure that you follow us on Justin TV, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, because those are the three resources, I guess we call those resources, that you will have to use in order to win these things. We're not just going to give them out. You have to win them.
Yep.
by not really jumping through a lot of hurdles, but by actually paying attention.
Well, by being a nerd, really, you got to pay attention to Gosu, and you got to be a nerd. And we'll release more info on that, but we're definitely going to be putting your nerd credentials to the test, and can't wait to give those out, guys. So yeah, if you or a loved one are big fans of Magic, make sure you tune in next week. So much action going on. As always, going to have all of our events, our betas, our alphas, our omegas. Oh my! So still waiting on Krolu to either come back from his matchup, the Joik. If he's not back soon, Red Mage, we're going to have to put him on the clock, unfortunately. But as much as we love having a guy of that caliber play here, we'll give him a little bit of time. But we can't just screw everybody just because we think Krolu's a good player. So we'll put him on the clock and give him another 10 minutes. We'll give him till 9:15. So we'll give him 10 minutes from 9:25. If he's not back by then, we got to DQ him.
Oh yeah, because unfortunately he is playing that, and that could, and again we don't want to be jerks about it, but at the same time we got to keep things moving. Yeah, we got to be fair. We got to keep things moving. And that's just one of the risks that you do kind of get into when you are playing in multiple tournaments. I think we're one of the only real places that do still allow you to participate in multiple tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Without
we try to be laid back about it. We want to make sure the guys, when you come in, do you guys do cast and replays? Actually, VP Faith, I am in the process of doing that. I've just been so busy. I mean, you can imagine, check out our calendar, my friend. We got so much. And by the way, if you're joining us on VOD, I just got a question from a viewer in the stream. VP Faith asking if we cast replays. Red Mage and I are doing work right now on our Faction Wars replays. Faction Wars we haven't really mentioned a lot tonight. It's an amazing series we're doing. It's a $500 grand prize between what was 6. 11 Gaming dropped out, but the 5 teams we have left now. The 5 teams we have left right now are Team Revoki, Complexity Gaming, All for One Gaming, VVV, and who I always forget. There's always one I forget. Always. VT, of course. So, that's our Faction Wars Weekly. We don't play those live or live stream those largely because there were concerns of cheating from some teams, so we're casting the replays, and we'll have those out to you soon. In addition to that, I'm working on what's going to be a daily feature, I hope, of posting at least one what I'm going to call daily repcast a day. So 7 a week I'm going to be trying to do. It's going to be quite demanding, but hoping I can get that done too. So there's going to be tons and tons of replays that are going to be coming out from Red Mage and myself in one form or fashion or another. So we're giving a little bit of thought, and I'd love a little bit of feedback from the guys that are hanging out in the chat right now. We're thinking about doing some kind of a podcast, Red Mage and I, maybe like not a super long one, but maybe a 15, 20, maybe 30-minute podcast each and every day that would be kind of a wrap-up of what happened the previous day in esports and in StarCraft in general. Maybe fit in a little bit of discussion, try to have guests on if and when we can. And I'm just curious how you guys would react to that. Is that something, a lot of you would like to see? So if you have any opinions on that, type that out in the stream chat right now. But in the meantime, Red Mage, still waiting on Krolu, huh?
Yes, we are still waiting on him. And also, guys, if you guys want to win or if you want to upload stuff for AC and I to take a look at to see if we want to cast them, you can always go into itsgosu.com, go into StarCraft 2. There's a replay upload section. Upload those replays there. Let us know that you'd like to see this cast or just upload them, because AC and I check out those replays all the time. And most of the time we haven't been getting a lot of replays, which is really weird because usually we used to get a ton. Right now it's mostly just me uploading my fails. So we definitely need you guys to do that. So you guys can also go and enter in your personal replays into Replay of the Week. If and again, that's something that a lot of people haven't been doing. If you upload for Replay of the Week, you would not only win cash and prizes, but AC and I will cast your replay there, exactly. And that's always pretty cool. So not only are you going to get us two chuckleheads to actually spout about your game, but you're going to win something. Right there, and that's thanks to that's thanks to Max Integration. That's actually a Max Integration sponsored event. Is the Replay of the Week. So they've actually been pretty good. They haven't really had to give out too many prizes as of late because unfortunately a lot of people haven't been entering into the Replay of the Week. I keep entering my own.
We've actually got some guys hollering out in chat now. They want to send in some replays. So what address? It's been so long. You're always the one that handles the mail side of things. Where can these guys send their replays?
Actually, they don't even have to mail them directly to us. They can actually go onto the website. Go to itsgosu.com and then click on the SC2 and then the SC2 tag at the top. and then at the top you'll see like news and events and stuff like that. And there's a section there for replays. You just click that little replay button right there. It says upload replay, and you put a little description in. It takes a couple of minutes to put in all the information. You don't have to put it all in if you don't want to. I tend to put a lot of information in because, of course, for the documentary My Life as it Goes To. But you can kind of give us the bare bones of the whole thing. Although if you are entering it in for the replay of the week, you do have to give us a little bit of a description,
right?
Because we don't want to watch through a ton of replays that don't really want to be replay of the week, but they just want to upload replays and show off.
Right.
We want you guys to show off, because we like really cool things. Actually,
we need some context, man. We need some context.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually had. I kept bugging who was it? I Am Lamb the other day because I wanted him to upload that replay where he threw down Nidus room after Nidus room after Nidus network, just because I thought that was so friggin' cool.
Right.
And you don't even have to win in your replay. You can lose, but if you do something cool or your opponent does something cool,
exactly.
You can win.
That's
off
what
your
we're
opponent.
looking for. Yeah.
And we just want something cool, like a mothership rush, or because you're always going to get my vote if there's a mothership or a Nexus or a Nidus worm in there. So you should always look forward to that, because Red Mage love those things. But I mean, if you have a good split on a bench or on a bangling try to do a bangling bust or something, we want to see that kind of stuff. We want to see your skills in mass. So if you're having a really hot day on the ladder, just boom, bang those, upload those immediately, because I love watching replays. That's all I do most of the day, is just watch everyone else's replays, because I'm kind of terrible. So I like to watch everybody else that is awesome.
That's just kind of awful, you know how it rolls. I just kind of suck a bunch.
I just kind of suck a
You're
bunch.
so
I
humble.
like to live
you are so humble
through you people.
Oh, you're so humble, my friend. So nice to see some guys out in the chat getting interested. VP Faith and Jung Human in particular saying they want to upload the replays. I've already posted the link there, guys. If anybody else happens to need it, I'll be happy to link you as well. So once again, if you're still hanging out with us, this is the IG Omega Divisional number 7, brought to you by itsgosu.com. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR, and we're kind of ahead of the bracket, and we do have, and it's one of those things. Are we ready to go?
I think we might be
Krolo's
ready to go.
back.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, we're gonna go for that. Oh, and Wanna Be Cool is Korean, so shout out to Korea for letting us play with Think Quick's Wanna Be.
Oh, yes.
I wanna be like him.
Yeah, that was awful. Never do that again.
That was terrible. I was getting just like Mike, but I don't know if that's his real name. If his real name was Mike, that would be awesome. So, honestly, I can't remember who lost the last game. Was that? It was Krolo, right?
Yes, Krolo came out on the bad end of things there. So Krolo, he's already created the game. Well, nope, now he just left. I was going to say he pulled me in. I was waiting on him to pull you in. I'm not sure why he wanted to host, but doesn't matter. Once again, while we get the game set up, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. IG Omega Divisional action, our 7th one in this spring tournament series. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR, and these are our sponsors, the guys who help make all this possible. Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and Sanyamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. You can find them at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So what map we heading to here, my friend?
We're going to be headed to Metalopolis.
Metalopolis. Little more than mama's milk, more of grandmother's biscuits and gravy in the mornings. I want for our Korean viewers or Korean guys, what is the big family get together meal that your grandmother makes when you're in Korea? I'm curious. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm genuinely curious.
Why don't we ask Wanna Be? Wanna Be. What is the?
Well, he's kind of playing. we'll catch him.
He's not playing just yet. Of course, with my typing skills.
Let's make sure we don't call him a noob, okay? And then kick him from the room.
Yeah, that's the last time. Yeah, that was actually
that. I wish I'd have caught that on cam, man. I wish I had the cam zoomed in or whatever, but
that was so bad. My roommates are still making fun of me.
Oh my god, who was it too? It was somebody really good. I mean, it was somebody who was like
It was VT address.
VT who?
Adderus.
Adderus? I thought it was somebody else. I thought it was I thought it was a real tip-top player. A truly tip-top guy.
He was definitely in the top 10 on the North American
right.
server.
I'm not trying to hate on VT Adderus. I was just thinking it was somebody like a household name StarCraft kind of a guy. But for those who don't know, what event was that? That was our cup, wasn't it? Yeah, that was our last IG Cup. We had a few observers trying to bounce in from some amazing players from amazing teams. And old Red Mage decided to say, hey guys, no OBS. And somehow that came out as, hey, no noobs, and he kicked one of the best players in North America, who then proceeded to come back in the stream and call him a faggot. So,
yeah, and
definitely the mother of all mistypes. But, all right, looks like our players are getting the ready check now. Starting to count down, headed in to MLG Metalopolis with TQ Wannabe leading this best-of-3 semifinal series. 1-0 Krolu, though, a guy who's currently participating in the ESL. So, I mean, we're talking a heavy hitter, a guy who's at the top of his game, not someone to sleep on either. So, thanks so much for being here again, guys. This is IG Omega Divisional number 7 with Red Mage and myself, AC, casting for you. And really, you know, we're going to zoom in now and we're going to see. We are going to have cross spawn positions, so Krolu's going to be pretty comfortable to do whatever he wants to do. You know, TQ Wannabe though, he did so well at catching next opponent W8 at ESL.
Oh, waiting at ESL.
Oh,
so
cool.
That's why we was trying to end the game as quick as we could.
Thanks so much, Krolu.
It's the ESL's turn to wait.
Yeah, they get to wait. But yeah, I doubt they're going to be watching the stream, or who knows? Maybe that guy, his opponent, wants to come in and see what Krolu's doing in this tournament. But either way, whoever it is, ESL, big props, big shouts. Got to love the ESL, and of course, shouts to his opponent for being such a nice guy. Give you some spec knuckles. I'll put my knuckles on the screen there for you. But anyway, I mean, really, Krolu, he went for that Nexus first build in that last matchup. Really did cost him. Wannabe, you know, Krolu just is such an amazing player. He was able to hang in a lot longer, to be honest, than he probably should have been able to. But Wannabe able to seal the deal after dealing with that gigantic counter push by Krolu. But really, you know, Krolu, we've seen him, from what we've seen out of him tonight, he's a guy who favors not unorthodox plays, but he's not a 3-gate expand sentry dude. You know, he's not that kind of guy. He's a I'm going to go Nexus first. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something you're not going to be super familiar with. Even if it is very stable and very not expected, but very suitable to the situation, he'll still do some things that you know would surprise most folks. And of course, you know, when you watch this time, he'll actually do a 3-gate expand.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Problem. Yeah, great color commentary there.
Yeah.
Red Mage.
Well, it's like you ever watch Major League, one of the best movies
Yes.
in all history. And that reminds me, it's like, you know, whenever Marty passes out face down with the whiskey, and the color guy has to come on and commentate, you know, actually do play-by-play, and it's, you know, there's this amazing line drive. It's like, line drive, caught. It's like, you know, a diving play. A guy sells that line drive, caught.
You can't say that on the radio. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening anyway.
Nobody's listening. They're too high.
Seeing Marty get drunk's the best thing in the friggin' world.
Oh yeah, it actually that guy is actually in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's in the baseball because he actually I forget what team he actually did play-by-play for. I think I want to say it was the Reds.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's Marty Brenneman. Actually, yeah.
No. But the actual guy that was in Benson, not Benson, Mr. Belvedere, the actual guy. I can't remember what his name is.
Oh yeah,
the guy that he died or whatever. But yeah, he's actually in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I could not believe that. I thought that was so. That awesome.
Is pretty cool, actually. So we're gonna see out of TQ Wannabe. He's gonna be getting down that first command center quite quickly. So going for a pretty fast expansion here, and he's gonna be doing it off of 1 racks. And this is, you know, I like this. This is a bit more stable. Wannabe no after losing his SCV over here, and yeah, exactly. You killed a daddy of 2 sons. I guess they're just getting loopy. but yeah, so Krolu doing some basic stuff here, you know, kind of making me look stupid by doing a 3-gate expand, it would appear. So, but he does, actually no, I take it back. See, Proxy Stargate, I was right after all. He is pulling some shenanigans. AC knows he's not stupid. But looks like there's going to be plenty of Marines here by TQ Wannabe to deal with any sort of real harassment. So don't care about blinking terror. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the commentary. Leave it to us. Red Mage and I'll handle the color commentary here. But Fur, spelled F-U-R. Fur-ire. Yep.
Like he's a mongoose or something. Fur-ire.
Very nice.
The mongoose attack. You know, I think that would be awesome. Like I want Blizzard to make like a mod like one day that where someone to make a mod where you put in like, you know, like animals for all the things it's supposed to have in all the mechanical units or whatever. You put in like you put in like little like panda bears or whatever.
Oh, dude, a Marauder panda bear would be the best thing in the friggin' world. Oh my god, that would be so
like
good.
That. So freaking hilarious. Or you have like a weasel as the as the hydralisk or whatever. He's got something
Weasel.
Cool.
Banelings could be little porcupines.
Porcupines, armadillos or something.
Yeah. Oh god, armadillo. That's perfect. But now I just thought about whenever I used to live in Florida, running over those crunchy little critters every time they got on the road. But Krolu is going to get spotted here, planting this proxy pylon. The Marine's moving out, going to catch this entire force of Krolu. So Krolu caught with his pants way down, actually pulling back. Not even sure why. He needs to just push. He could just about A-move right now, and he'd be fine. But this Void Ray not going to be able to do much damage with the Marine count that high. Wannabe kind of being kept back. So now the Zealots are going to be warped in off that pylon. Somehow Krolu did not spot it. And this a little bit of mismanagement here, to be honest, by TQ Wannabe. Losing a lot of Marines he shouldn't have lost, trying to chase down that Void Ray first, but is going to be able to pound that army on back, and going to be in quite a substantial lead once again. And Krolu, you got to give him credit. He tries to play creative and tries to play aggressive, but when it goes wrong for him, it really goes wrong, and he goes down early.
Oh yeah, and this is not going to be great for him. He is going to see that this expansion was going to try to happen there at the gold, and that Void Ray is putting that to an end right there. But unfortunately, being pulled away now. But it is fully charged where it was
not anymore.
Yep, now it's done. Now it's
not going to be charged.
Not going to be charged. Not the mama.
Well, I think what Wannabe was thinking about doing there was trying to take the gold, and yeah, he's actually floating back out there now. He's using those Marines to push all this back, and he's going to try and take the gold and really build on this advantage. But he's getting a little bit stretched out here. I don't like that he's chased these stalkers all the way this far back, especially given I guess he can't really know that pylon's up there, but he could warp in on both sides, on the high ground and the low ground, to try and sandwich this Marine ball. And Krolu doing a great job staying on top of his macro as much as he can, and really doing a lot of micromanagement here. Wannabe doing the exact same thing, so this command center just hanging out now, going to turn and look to float down to that gold. But if he can get this gold up and running, Red Mage, he's going to have one hell of an advantage over Krolu.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. And unfortunately for Wannabe, even with all that pressure that he was putting on all those stalkers and whatnot, he did not catch a glimpse of that pylon or the Stargate that was up there. So this is absolutely
great force field there by that sentry.
Yeah. Oh.
Going to hold that off just long enough for the Stalkers and Zealots to move in. But really, this is just such a high Marine count. If he can finish off these Zealots, ooh, the damage done though, really paying off. And now going to warp in right behind him. So great cleanup there by Krolu. Wannabe's going to have to get some more Marines down. This is actually that Marine force plus this would have been quite a good defensive force, but looking a little thin. But he does have the gold, so if he can really get his production facilities up on time, he's really going to be able to punish Krolu for that early aggression.
Oh yeah, and with so many, so gosh darn many bunkers right now, he's up to what is that, 6 bunkers or some bunkers, barracks, and right now getting that engineering bay.
I think the scientific term is a guerrillion.
A guerrillion, yes, that is right there, just above buttload and just below metric ton load.
Metric ton load. So, you know what? We try to keep a PG-13 stream. Doesn't matter. That's a metric shit ton, is what that is. And now more going down. Actually, he's tossing down the factories now. So factory and a starport, I should say. So continuing to punish. I think he's begun to suspect that there's something up here. He's moving this Marine force back up. Going to check the high ground. So he's going to have to really check the corner to make sure he catches it. But a good chunk of his army a bit out of position here. In fact, he's got a very thin force defending. Doesn't look like Krolu's going to be being terribly active. He's got to know he's behind it. And we're right back where we were last game. We see this gigantic Marine Marauder force of TQ Wannabe beginning to mass, and this very thin, but if it could be powerful if well controlled, a Colossus ball here trying to defend. So Wannabe may want to try and poke at this point. If he can poke, and not necessarily try to end the game, but just really continue to set Krolu back, just snipe down the Colossus, then run away. That's the kind of thing that's going to give him a very easy victory later on.
Oh yeah, and with Krolu right now, kind of on a time crunch for himself. He's got to be stressing that out because of course he is participating in the ESL matches at the same time. So I'm sure they're trying to pressure him to hurry up, and so he's probably going to be starting to make some mistakes now as the time marker is now closing out into like 13.5 minutes, and
right.
he probably told them 8 to 10 minutes there, so he's definitely probably getting
he's
some.
Quite
hey,
far
we need you to hurry up.
behind. I mean, he's 30 supply behind, and that gap's only widening. The gold mineral's really paying off here. And, nothing but props to keep TQ Wannabe. It's so easy, especially when you start dropping mules down on that gold, to fall behind and let your macro slip because you've got so much income coming in, more than you could even really make use of. But he's not done that at all, and it looks like he's got all the SCVs pulled off for some reason. What in the hell is going on there? Is he looking to push out with them?
Well, I think that was either a misclick or he's waiting to hold up that bunker to make sure that it doesn't fall.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's right. I mean, we see Wannabe now moving into this natural, and Krolu caught out of position. He's just gonna sacrifice this little ball and try and target down this Nexus. Looks like he's gonna get it. So tremendous loss there for Krolu. And really, as far behind as he was, he's going to be egregiously far behind at this point. We see a lot of these probes cleaned up in the main mineral line as well. He's not even mining at this point. He's going to have to pull all these probes up here off of these mineral lines, which are just about done. And really, Wannabe, I think, has got this in the bag.
Oh yeah, great job there by Wannabe to put all that pressure back on, force that entire army back, and now Krolu being in that situation where he's just got to go ahead and push. Got to go ahead and
do something.
Make that decision and try to get in there. Yep.
So we're going to see these two Colossus bolstered by just a handful of Zealots and Stalkers try to get up here and break. He's got the bunker there, but now the Marauder's going to stem down, and they've got the concussive shell, so really going to limit Krolu's ability to retreat. This is pretty much what he's got, and he's going to have to make it work. Good force fields trying to cut these units in half and actually doing an amazingly good job. Wow, is Krolu going to handle this? It's close. A handful of Marauders still going to work now. We see one Viking rallied in, though, to try and take down this Colossus, but looks like, yep, there's going to be. And Krolu, I think, really hit the nail on the head. Going voids against the Terrans, always kind of a gamble, and it really cost him here. So TQ Wannabe going to be advancing to the finals of our IG Omega Divisional number 7, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
You're absolutely right about that, AC. 2-0 victory over Krolu. Krolu, good luck in the ESL, and thank you very much for coming out.
It's a pleasure
to cash you, and we hope to see you back soon. We're going to move into the final rounds now. This is going to be absolutely amazing. TQ Wannabe versus GG Last Shadow, the infected Terran, facing the. We don't really have a nickname right now for Wannabe, I guess, but this is going to be equally as interesting. Going on to Terminus SE.
Yes, the new Terminus.
The new Terminus.
I love it.
Terminus.
So much more open with the back rocks, able to be punished. And, just great stuff. So, yeah, looks like we're moving right into things. And, wow, we're going right to the finals.
Yep.
I think GG Last Shadow caught up to us. Wonderful.
Yeah, GG Last Shadow took out IXC Maestro 2-0. Wow, what a fantastic a roundup into that.
Yeah. This is going to be a great series, Roger. I can tell you that right now. This has been a very Terran-heavy tournament. This is... I got to say, for a while there, we hit this stretch where we had so many Zergs, but it seems like we've just been very Terran and Protoss heavy of late. So if you're a Zerg, come out and compete, man. I want to cast more Zergs.
Yeah, we had a pretty good run there where it was nothing but Zerg for a long time, and then it just kind of slowed down, and then now we're back to 1, maybe 2. So. Good luck and have fun to both of these opponents here. TQ Wannabe taking on GG Last Shadow, going into a GSL Terminus SE here.
Yes.
SE.
So
which is our final round up here in the IG. They get me laughing. Omega Divisional number 7. The English language is so bad for Red Mage, and that's AC. Thank goodness he's here as your professional commentator, because it was just me. You have no idea what's going on.
All right, shout out to the sponsors real quick before we jump in. Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration. Let's see how fast I can say this. Sanya Mabushu Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School Self-Defense. Sanya Mabushu-Goju.com. I am a god amongst men. Anyway, jumping right into the action here. Wow, I got that out quicker than I even thought I could. Still, that's God. Who was the guy that could talk really fast? The guy from Micro Machines. Remember him when he was we just talked really fast and just all about the Micro Machines. No,
or was that,
don't remember
the Micro Machine guy. Oh my goodness, yeah, YouTube like Micro Machine commercials, and this guy used to talk super fast. We're talking about Do you know what Micro Machines are?
No.
Okay, Micro Machines
Not
were
a
okay.
clue.
Well, you know what Hot Wheels are, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, Hot Wheels. Okay, Micro Machines were like 1/3 the size of Hot Wheels.
Oh, I've
They were
seen
made-
those. Yeah.
they were made by Hot Wheels, but they're 1/3 the size.
I
But
gotcha.
their advertisement always used to be this guy that talked really really fast because it was because they were so small and so important that he had to talk really really fast in order to get them out. Absolutely phenomenal commercials, and that guy could talk fast. I think for a long time he was in the Guinness Book of World Records for fastest speech, but then
Very
somebody
nice.
else was even faster than him. So absolutely incredible
Freak
right
shows.
there.
Bunch of freaks. Got to show me up. I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, him and the guy that was now I can't remember what the guy's name was from Police Academy.
Oh, I can't remember his name either, but the guy who did all the sound effects.
Yeah, all the sound effects.
God,
It
yes.
was also in Spaceballs with the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
Uh-huh.
So, God, I literally just had that name in my head. I'm losing nerd credit while the time ticks by.
I can't think of his name either.
Inslow. Robert Inslow.
Yes, I think that sounds right, but I could be wrong.
Yep.
Did
No,
you want-
Winslow. Not Inslow. Winslow. Robert Winslow.
Sounds good to me, man.
There we go. Woo!
So
Gotta get that out.
Anyway, GG Last Shadow going to be spawning at this 3 o'clock position, and TQ want to be over at the 3 o'clock, or excuse me, the 9 o'clock, like all the way across the map. So I'll tell you what, this could be a marathon match here. We know GG Last Shadow. He's earned a nickname here with IG. He's the Infested Terran. He quite literally plays Terran like most Zergs play Zerg. He will expand for any reason. If he runs a Marine in and you kill it, he'll go, expansion. If he loses a battle, he'll go, expansion. Doesn't matter. He expands so much. It is not at all abnormal. I was watching him stream just briefly last night, just to relax a little bit after our event, and he had no lie on Shattered Temple. It wasn't how many bases he had, so to speak. He had like 4. Yeah, I think he had 5 bases that were mining at one point. But he actually had 3 more command centers that had been turned into planetary fortresses that he was using for defense to cut off areas of the map. So
That
Last
is
Shadow.
absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, it is. He had 8 command centers out in that game. I can't remember who he was playing, but anyway, Last Shadow loves to expand. He expands early and often. He's actually holding off a little bit longer than usual. I mean, really, like, if you watch GG Last Shadow playing off, the fact that he got a factory before expanding is very... No, he didn't, actually. Now he's throwing that expansion down, so he did get the factory first, but, about a 4 or 5 minute expansion is GG Last Shadow style. It's what he does. It's how he rolls, and he'll be expanding much, much more. And on a map this size, Last Shadow is so very patient, Red Mage. He doesn't rush. He doesn't go for a lot of... what you would call gimmick builds or gimmicks where it's just like, I'll drop his mineral line and try to win that way. That's not how he plays at all.
No, you're absolutely right. He doesn't try to go for those quick, easy throat kills. He definitely waits like a panther in the Serengeti, or not a panther, a tiger in the Serengeti.
I'll say, I'm pretty sure panthers are in the jungles.
Yeah, panthers are in the jungle. Tiger in the Serengeti. Just like the Ghost of the Darkness, waiting to kill Val Kilmer right here. Just waiting for Michael Douglas to show up so he can have an entree and an appetizer back to back.
Well, he's got the taste for blood,
fill it. He does have the taste for blood. And Val Kilmer, that was the absolute worst Irish accent I think I've ever heard.
Oh god, the accent was bad. The movie was pretty baller, though. You want to tell you the truth.
The movie's awesome.
Well, you know what made the movie
awesome.
so good is they basically made it into a modern day Beowulf. They made the tigers into a Grendel, and they made that little hallway they hung out in. They really played off of the Beowulf myth, and it showed through so well, and it really was just really well done. Val Kilmer, kind of a baller anyway, but another baller is TQ Wannabe, beginning to dance around this hill and to take a look at what Last Shadow's got. He's already got up 4 Marines and 2 tanks, and again, this is just kind of characteristic of Last Shadow. This seems so thin, and the reason it seems thin is because it is, but really, what can Wannabe do here? I mean, he can't push. He really just cannot do anything to try and get in and punish his fast expansion. I mean, yes, some more Hellions are on the way, but all that Last Shadow has to do is pull a few SCVs to repair these siege tanks, and he's going to be just fine.
Oh yeah, and as you see,
Here we go.
Now moving in now with his Hellions.
Yep, gonna move in. The blue flame upgrade is done, though. The tank's wailing away at these Hellions. Gonna scoot on past. Great move there. This is really the best thing he could have done. Oh, doing so much damage, picking off so many of these SCVs. Looks like he's gonna lose just about his entire main mineral line here. Amazing play. And he's still got so many Hellions hanging around the back here, pretty much shutting down all operations right now for Last Shadow. Last Shadow in a ton of trouble, really needed to try and block that ramp. And, just like we were saying, Last Shadow's little defense there, Wannabe couldn't engage it directly, but he didn't need to. All he had to do was scoot on past and do what he could, killing so many SCVs. What is that, like 5 SCVs now alive for Last Shadow? The siege tech is done, so he's going to siege up and try and catch all these Hellions, but at this point, he's got to chase them down with his tank. He's just about got things cleaned up here, but if we go to the income tab, we can see 27 Harvesters to 7. Oh, Last Shadow, and more Hellions coming in now. Going to try and run past these. Maybe throwing these away a little bit, trying to go for the jugular a bit too much, but really the damage is done. And Last Shadow, he is up on his second base, though, so you can't really underestimate how important that is. He's going to be able to close the gap at least a little bit between himself and his opponent, at least until this second orbital command finishes. It's going to be finishing very, very quickly. But Last Shadow is going to have a big mountain to climb if he wants to stay relevant in this game, my friend.
Oh, yeah, right now you see him. He's going to start to do a minor wall in down there. He's going to put that barracks down there, going to siege up and really have that choke completely covered. But again, this is the new SE version of Terminus, so you do have that back destructible rock, so you can kind of negate any of this choke position by going right through those rocks and going right into that third area. We see GG Last Shadow. Again, hey, I lost, I
lost all my pro,
workers,
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and expand.
Yeah, it's like, that seems natural, doesn't it? It's like, oh, so I lost 20, 25 or so workers in that. Yeah, that's a good expansion timing. That's when I'll expand.
Yeah, we'll expand. That man is absolutely incredible. And what's sad is you and I and most of the audience are probably like, what are you doing? Don't do that. And then all of a sudden he's going to come back with like this massive like.
Oh no, I've watched him play enough. And tell you the truth, I've started to emulate him a little. I'm forcing myself now when I play just occasionally. Like if I'm feeling unsure, like if I'm not sure how I'm stacking up in a matchup, I'll just like screw it. I'll just save up and expand. I'll miss a half a production cycle out of my barracks and go ahead and expand. And Last Shadow, I mean, he makes it work, man. And this is not the first time we've seen him in this position. Ooh, now the Banshee's moving in. So Last Shadow going to continue to lose workers here. Great transition here by Wannabe. Wannabe looking so sharp here, Red Mage.
Oh yeah, really putting the screws on there, using the Hellions, and now using the now using that Banshee, and pretty much goading those SCVs to that tank just so we can get them all in one place. So he's gonna have to wait till he gets enough energy. And momentarily, yes, he should have that ready to go now. Anytime now.
Wait, no, he's got to wait. He's got to wait. That one Viking, given that he's only got the one Viking out, he's got to wait on something else that can shoot up. Now we're going to see is that second Viking join. He's going to pick off one of these Banshees, but one Banshee still going to work here. So Last Shadow just literally being harassed to death. That's what you call this. This is getting harassed to death. And Wannabe, I mean, deserves all the credit in the world. Last Shadow is not a guy who's easy to catch off guard. He's really a top-tier player in North America, but he's really kind of being put to task right here by TQ Wannabe.
Oh yeah, and a great job there by Wannabe. Splitting up those Banshees so much that it had to force all the scans to go down. But unfortunately, that one Banshee up in the main did run out of energy and was eventually sniped down. But yeah, and now even more Banshees coming into super harass those tanks. This is just absolutely devastating right here. As we still have to wait another 5 seconds before another scan can go down, and that command center just
7 harvesters too.
Oh.
Yeah, Last Shadow, I think. Last Shadow's not a guy who gives up. He's not. He'll try to battle this out.
Oh my goodness, I don't know if you noticed it, but Wannabe has a stack of Banshees that he's literally just taking one off the top right there, like he's playing 21. He's just pulling off the deck and hitting one after another, causing the scans to go down.
Yeah,
and there's the
there it is. Well, we're gonna get the game or the good, one or the other. So Last Shadow falling down 0-1 in a surprising turn of events. TQ Wannabe really putting in the task early here in the finals of our IG Omega Divisional number 7, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
You're absolutely right about that, AC. Go check out everything that we're doing, especially our new contest that's going to roll out on Sunday, where we're going to give away tons of really cool Magic cards there that were only available at the 2010. Not in see, I guess we do have to put Shadow Temple in the map pool because every time we turn around,
we'll be looking to do that. We're going to have to talk about that after the event tonight.
Yeah, because everybody and their mother, I guess everybody assumes that all the map pools are the same, but you don't want to have the map.
Well, we try.
Well,
we've got all 3 of the major tournament. Well, I guess you could say we've got the North American ladder represented with a lot of our map pool. We've got the old beta maps in there, or at least represented by Metalopolis. We've got Xel'Naga Caverns because everybody friggin' loves it. Shakura's Plateau, really kind of the hallmark new, that's like the hallmark map that Blizzard put out over the last few months. Then we've got Icy Cup test bugs. We want Icy Cup represented as well. Then we threw in Belshire Beach just because we tried to keep at least one brand new map in all of our map pools, just to encourage people to explore new maps. And then we've got, Terminus, which is in my opinion, is the best GSL map, period. So, we try to do our best, but everyone wants Shattered Temple. It's always going to be Shattered Temple.
Shattered Temple. Always going to be Shattered Temple. Got to ruin our fun and not really look at.
We got a vision, folks. We got a vision. You're tearing us down. It's all right, though. I'll tell you how you can make it up to us. Just make sure you visit our sponsors: Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and Sanyamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense at Sanyamabushi-Goju.com. Those guys are supporting us, and they're supporting esports, so make sure you support them, guys. Also, if you want to support the artists, or you like the tunes you're hearing in the background, check out halotopic.newgrounds.com, myspace.com/Indigo League, and Ronald Jinkies at ronaldjinkies.com. Ronald Jinkies rocking it out underneath my voice right now. Buy his album Disorganized Fun. It's so damn good. Really, really, and truly. All that said, thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We're in the finals now of the IG Omega Divisional number 7. I'm AC. That's Red Mage JR. And, really, GG Last Shadow. He's such a sharp player. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And, he's a good friend of ours. He turns out and plays in a hell of a lot of our events. But the simple truth is he kind of got schooled, man. I mean, he really kind of just got flat out run over that game.
Oh, yeah, it was absolutely brutal. And right now, one of me throwing out one of his friends, apparently. And even more people just pouring
there's our buddy. There's our buddy Six Jacks Major. How's he doing? I like how he handles it. He just says, "Get out." He just tells him, "You too, get out." It looks like we got one more.
Right now. I take that, so that way I don't have to look like a jerk.
Yeah, why don't you just go ahead and call them noobs and kick them so they can come back and call you a faggot again?
That's right.
That's one of my funniest stories. Just because we're trying to run a pro level event. We've got a more than $100 prize pool. And it wouldn't be so funny like if you were a jerk, but you're like the nicest, most humble guy I know, man. So it's
and the fact that I was just like going off, and then that was kind of rude. I just kind of kicked him out. I said no obs. What was that? And you're like, no, you called him a noob. I was like, I did a what?
Yes, you meant to type no obs, sorry, and you put no noob, sorry, auto kick. Just like God, man. All right, folks, jumping into Xel'Naga Caverns, heading back home to Mama's Milk, heading back home to your grandmother's biscuits and gravy, the most comfortable map in the pool for my money. So we're going to see GG Last Shadow trying to battle his way back into things here, trailing TQ Wannabe 0-1 here in this best-of-5 finals of the IG Omega Divisional. See our pink Terran here. He always rolls the pink because pink's for real, man. At least that's what guys who wear pink tell you. He's going to be spawning down in the bottom left. And TQ Wannabe leading this series 1-0, and really, he's got to be riding high. I mean, GG Last Shadow really is he's pretty much a world-class player. I mean, I use that very loosely. Of course, he's not Code A or Code S or anything like that in the GSL. But in terms of guys who are bouncing around the North American scene, he's really up there. I mean, he really is an amazing player. And, to see him just, and again, nothing but love to the guy, but he got schooled, man. He got pure out hated on. And we know him. He does not take losing very well. His blood pressure's through the roof, and I guarantee you, I'm going to check his APM right now. It's up. Oh, yeah, his APM right at 350 right now. So, or actually, no, I'm sorry. That's his opponent.
Oh, really? His opponent's going absolutely bonkers, huh?
Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe Last Shadow, like I said.
200 something. Yeah, they're going absolutely crazy up there. My goodness. Because, of course, Wannabe's Korean. That automatically gives you 100 APM at a base.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like a racial bonus, man. You played RPGs. It's like,
right. You get the +1.
So sometimes you get like underwater breathing or, all kinds of that stuff. It's like if you're born Korean, you get a +100 APM racial bonus.
that adds in after all other bonuses too, so that way you have that on top of whatever else you get.
Yeah, just like if you're born American, you get a +1 to bombing brown people. But all right, no politics. That's just that's too easy a joke to make. I'm sorry, I can't pass that one up. But back into the politics-free world of StarCraft 2, at least free of our politics. I don't care. I'll have a discussion about the politics of the Copperloo sector any day of the week. But Last Shadow, again, very thin, letting his minerals build up. He's got that one barracks out, one marine on the way. Now going to drop another depot, so looks to be fast expanding again off of one gas and one barracks. And same thing for TQ Wannabe, really. He's kind of inactive at the moment, so we'll see exactly which way these players want to go. Usually by now, Last Shadow's kind of tipped his hand, so he's going to get the factory up again. And, yeah, I think we're familiar with this build. I bet, let's see, if he throws out a tech lab on this barracks, I guarantee he's going to go with Reapers to harass. And then he'll tech switch it over to the factory. We've got to wait and see, but this is a build I'm pretty familiar with. Nope, going to get another Marine, so it doesn't look like he's going to be favoring any Reaper play. But you and I were talking about that earlier. How cool is it to finally be seeing Reapers work their way back into some matches?
Oh yeah, I love the Reaper. I mean, because you know me, I like to keep a nice mobile force right there and Raven harass. But having those Reapers gives you a lot of movement on the around the board, not just for scouting, but for map control,
right?
And for really throwing off your opponent, because they can come in up and down off those cliffs. They can really start working on the mineral line and then pop out before you really have a chance to respond. And it's not like doing a drop or anything where you can just put that on missile turret and kind of feel safe. With those Reapers, you've got to put your army in strategic spots to prevent something like that, or do something to prevent.
We're going to see that
those
now.
suckers from getting in.
TQ Wannabes, his first Raven just finished, and he's actually going to be doing what I thought Last Shadow would do, tech switching the factory onto that tech lab, and now getting Blue Flame Research right out the gate. Going to be landing that barracks, and this Reaper's not going to be spotted by this early Marine force of Last Shadow. So, Wannabe going to be a little thin here at the ramp. He could be in a little bit of trouble. That first Hellion's out for Last Shadow, so, oh yeah, TQ Wannabe's really in a lot of trouble. That Hellion going to be able to chase these guys down. He's got the SCV there, and he can use that to build a bunker. The Hellion now out for Wannabe, though, and in the meantime, the Reaper is somewhere down at the, actually, he's bringing him back now to try and defend this. Looks like he's going to be pretty fine chasing down this last Hellion, so the Reaper just kind of coming back just for no reason. He's like, oh, another Hellion moving in now for Last Shadow. So he's going to get into the mineral line. He doesn't have the Blue Flame yet, so not really doing as much damage, I think, as he would like to. But, yeah, it looks like the Reaper's going to finish that out. And, a lot of people don't really know this. Reapers own the absolute hell out of Hellions. I mean, they really do.
Oh yeah, with those akimbo pistols and those bombs, they can pretty much rule anything. They're almost, all he has to do is have a little surfboard thing, and really it's the Green Goblin, because he's got
nice
just so much going on.
Very
like
nice.
Food.
I like that. Yes. Made up for the botched Caddyshack reference earlier, man. Still a little upset about that. Can't believe we missed it. All right, Reaper.
I can't believe I missed that Caddyshack reference of all.
I know. Reaper moving in now. Going to start trying to get into this mineral line and do a little bit of harassment. All the units of Last Shadow are going to be way out of position. So again, Wannabe trying to punish this mineral line. Good surround though. Bad micro there out of Wannabe, just letting that Reaper die. I really could have controlled that quite a bit better. He's got this Hellion hanging out over on the right side, and now 4 more Hellions moving out as well. But the Banshee of Last Shadow is going to shut that down quite quickly. Now it's going to looking to move across the map and begin going to work on the mineral line of Wannabe. So a lot of harassment wars happening at the moment.
Oh yeah, tons and tons of harassment being spilled absolutely everywhere, and Last Shadow is starting to wipe out some of those Hellions from Wannabe, and
Wannabe's going to kill so many of these SCVs. The whole SCV line's being pulled, and more Hellions are in. They're going to get right in the way. The entire SCV line is gone there, Red Mage. No way Last Shadow bounces back from this, even if he does have the Banshee. Oh wow, Wannabe is just putting on a clinic as to how to win a TVT with nothing but Hellions.
Oh yeah, right there. He's down to 27. He can't even you do his all in. Well, you know what? It's an all in for a reason. You have to learn to defend it. So Chi-Chi spouting off right now because unfortunately he did lose to Wannabe, and that is absolutely brutal right there. He says he still BMs.
Gotta love him raging out. and Wannabe doing the best thing in the world. And you lost, happy face with the D.
Oh my goodness! Angry German kid by Chi-Chi Last Shadow,
exactly.
by StarCraft.
He says, "Look at you, look at you." Like he just says, "Look at you." Oh, Last Shadow says he's getting 3-0 now, so he's laying it down. Well, TQ Wannabe just one victory away from claiming this best-of-5 finals, but GG Last Shadow with his blood pressure raised and his nerd rage on, looking to 3-0, calling it out in the chat like Babe Ruth calling the shot. Gonna try and 3-0 TQ Wannabe here in the finals of our IG Omega Divisional number 7, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
You're absolutely right about that, AC. I can't stop laughing about it because I love it.
I love seeing people rage, man. It's so funny.
It's absolutely right. You know, this is. I think this is exactly why you and I really need to get the upper echelons of the ladders, because I think we'll bring a sense of, sensibility to the situation.
Oh God!
To counteract.
The thing is, Last Shadow, we love the guy. He plays in a ton of our events. Like every event he's eligible for, he plays for in our events. Seriously, he plays like 2-3 times a week in our stuff. And every time he loses one, and I told you, he lost that first game, he didn't say anything. But I think he always has this moment where if he's on a bad streak, where he just snaps and does that. And oh God, it's so good. It's like Idra good. Seriously, like his BM is on the level of Idra. I love it.
Yeah, he is definitely going bonkers. He did not rage quit SC2. He had to restart SC2 because it was lagging up for him a little bit. So I don't want anybody to think that he rage quit SC2. No, he's coming right back. Oh
God, it's so funny.
Because it would have been funny if we had just seen him disconnect, but he actually sent me a PM telling me that, because otherwise I'd be like, he rage quit. Look at that, you made him quit SC2.
Oh God. Well, but he called the shot, man. You know what? It's all on him now. I mean, he said, "I'm going to 3-0 you." So he's pulling the Babe Ruth. If he, I hate to say it, you know what's going to be the funniest thing in the world? If he proxy racks him and beats him right now.
I would.
That would result in a broken monitor somewhere. I have no doubt about it. Anyway, guys, if you're joining us, you just missed some of the best BM you're bound to have seen tonight. This is the IG Omega Divisional number 7, brought to you by itsgosu.com. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR, and it's a pleasure to have you with us, absolutely, as always. We're in the finals now. It's and GG Last Shadow, really quite quite upset. But all of this is, of course, made possible and brought to you by not just Itsgosu, but our sponsors as well. Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and San Yamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So, all right, we're getting ready to get GG Last Shadow back in here. Tell me what map he selected. For some reason,
we're going to MLG Shakura's Plateau.
The most really, expansion-friendly map, really. At least of the smaller maps.
Yeah, one of the smaller maps, definitely. I was really expecting them to continue their conversation out of the Itsgosu.
Oh, it'll happen. Just wait till the game starts. You know GG Last Shadow as well as I do. He's going to see one thing. He's going to be like, you scouted at 7 instead of 8. God, you sucked, and here's why. That's how he always is. It's so good.
They just want to go. They're just going to go. I don't even get a chance to put down ready. They're just going to type in go. And, it's hilarious. The last thing that Rage said, don't rage, man. You cry. You're going to hurt my feelings.
No more QQ. LTP. Oh, God. If TQ Wannabe told him LTP, it might have been the funniest. He might have, seriously, his head might have exploded. Anyway, moving in to Game 3 of this finals with our I don't want to call him our buddies. I don't want to take sides, but our challenger TQ Wannabe leading this series 2-0, and the GG Last Shadow we know and love, raging out for all he's worth. And he's already called it. He said, "All right, you're getting 3-0 now." So, Last Shadow is
I really want to see this, because I really want to see what he's going to do.
Oh yeah, he's actually he's even doing the mining queue. I just saw a little flash of it where you force your miners to mine a certain way to get the mineral the maximum mineral return, something like a 7% increase across if you don't. But so Wannabe going to be spawning down on the bottom right, and Last Shadow, the infested terror, and the guy who expands after losing 25 SCVs. No lie, folks. Go watch the replays. The first game of this series, he lost 25 SCVs and used that as his expansion timing. So,
hey, did you switch over to the main map? Because I think don't see it yet.
Oh, okay. No, it switched over. Is it not showing up?
It did not show up. But let me reload my thing, because I'm still looking at the IG Omega thing, so I just want to make sure that you guys are getting to watch the game there.
Yeah, no, I've got it switched over. Here, okay. I can actually check
it might just be that, Red Mage's laptop sucks, and that's why he's unable to actually continue to watch the feed half the time.
Yeah, it's up.
So there It's up. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Just want to make sure because I'm looking over and I always got to make sure that we're showing something besides our logo. Not that our logo isn't absolutely baller, but we're here to watch the ragings of the.
It's so quiet
terror.
right now. I'm just waiting on, and you know how it is. This is how GG Last Shadow is. He rages out and gets mad, and all it takes is one word from his opponent, and he blows up and goes bananas.
Yeah, he's gonna go absolutely. It's gonna be peanut butter jelly time up in this junks. That's for sure. Because Santa's right now sitting at that scout. Going, he was gonna go immediately right across, but I guess. Oh, he's gonna slash dance. Oh no, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
What unit did he use? Did he do that with?
He grabbed the SCV and I guess just typed slash dance, or I guess he just typed slash dance. So I don't think he was doing much of anything. I think he was just trying to go.
Okay, I thought he was trying to slash dance. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And as wannabe, you got to be doing that stuff. You got to be doing everything you can to make your opponent angry because you know Last Shadow is on major tilt right now. He's really, really pissed off. Looks like he's going to sneak this SCV, and he's going to see the wall, so that's all he's going to see. So the Marine going to finish this down, but oh, God, I just want something bad to happen. I don't care who. I just want to see someone rage.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely bonkers here very, very quickly. This is like when you're sitting at in a room like a picnic room or whatever, and like at summer camp or whatever, and there's going to be a food fight happening. You're just waiting for someone to throw the first salt shaker or their first pie, and everything just goes absolutely ballistic. And that's exactly what this is. You're sitting at the table. You're waiting for
Last
your drunk
Shadow
uncle
is so paranoid.
To make a pass at somebody. Yeah.
Oh God! Look, he's got the 3 Marines back near this back hallway, fearing the Hellion harass, the Hellion drop, the Reaper harass. Just playing so paranoid. Oh, I love it. And in the meantime, you just see TQ wannabe. He's like, "Yeah, bro, no, that's fine. I'm not doing much right now. Got a tech switch, but." Looks like he's actually going to go Banshees if I had to guess. As soon as the starport finishes, he'll switch that starport over. So he's actually going to put a wall up, too, to try and keep Last Shadow from scouting it. So, oh, God, if he gets Banshees in and just murders this SCV line again, Last Shadow's going to lose his shit, man. He really is.
Yes, and then the immediate response from one of you is going to be 3-0'd you, sucker?
No, it'll be something like LOL, I win. And those are the worst, man. That's the stuff that makes you the maddest. Whenever people get in an argument with you, then you kind of cool down because you're actually trying to argue from logic or from thought or something. But whenever you're like, God, you suck so bad, you shouldn't have done this, and here's X, Y, and Z reason why, and they're like, LOL, you suck. That is the worst. Oh, God, that's so infuriating. Last Shadow taking that expansion, so he's going to be expanding into these Cloaked Banshees. And he could be punished for it again. I mean, he's got the reactor going down in the barracks now, and the Hellions are coming out. But Hellions, as we know all too well, do not do so good at shooting up.
Yeah, they don't shoot up, and they don't do well against big barracks or bunkers with big guns pointed out by big Marines. This could be a big mistake right here as a Banshee's about ready to roll out with Cloak. For wannabe, so he could easily put down.
Did he see the Banshee?
There goes the scan.
I don't know if he saw it. Yeah, he saw the tech lab on the starport. I don't know that he saw that there was already a Banshee out. So that command center at the expansion though, and it looks like Last Shadow is beginning to pull his Marines back. Yeah, he's paranoid. He doesn't want to risk Banshees getting in and punishing him any worse. But he's only got one of these orbital commands, though, so the Cloak's done. The Banshee's going to be able to do what it wants when it gets there. Just about enough energy for one scan. And we'll see the orbital command research go down now. Now the Banshee going to work. The Marine's going to be moved in to try and deal with this. He's not cloaking it yet. I like that. Now going to cloak it when he sees the higher Marine numbers. So either way, Last Shadow's aggression definitely going to be shut down. But there's the scan. Little bit of miss micro there. Wannabe got that Banshee out a little too heavy over top of those Marines. But good defense there by Last Shadow.
Oh, yeah, great job there. We see the other one making its way across the field now. It is going to come in on the right-hand side. There was a tech switch right there, and okay, he's going to get out the Raven. Smart move there, so that way he doesn't have to continue to waste scans. And wannabe just moving himself in, doesn't even bother to cloak at this point. Just saying, hey, what's going on? Gonna try to take out some more of your SCVs here, and then he's going to immediately cloak it. There you go. And then they go for it. Stop targeting down the Marines, target down the SCVs. That's going to irk him off even more.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, if I'm wannabe, I'm going to do something that is absolutely going to send my opponent into an absolute painstaking, just rage fit.
Oh, yeah.
Because the more he rages, the harder he's going to tap those keys.
This is
the more
such good micro here, Red Mage. He is
Yeah,
continuing
this
to pick
excellent.
off Marines. And what amazes me, he's managed to kill, that's got to be the 6th or 7th Marine he killed just since that Raven showed up. So the auto turret you love so much going to finish things up. But really and truly, that was some really world-class micro right there that we just witnessed.
13 kills right there.
13 kills, and at least 7 of them that I counted came after the Raven arrived. So that the reason he's kept that Banshee safe was nothing but him winning the micro battle. So amazing control there out of TQ Wannabe.
Yeah, he is definitely putting on a textbook. This is you want to say that I'm a jerk for all this kind of stuff, and here he is. He's just nitpicking at him with a unit, not even an army, but a unit,
right.
And he's completely decimating a bunch of units and Marines. This is just like an all-out slap in the face.
But right now, Last Shadow though, he really is pretty much in the lead. We see Wannabe's just now floating out. Oh no. Oh, he moved him. Oh, that's terrible. Bad timing there by Last Shadow. He had 4 Blue Flame Hellions hanging out right down here, right on this cliff ledge, and moved him out. If he had waited for the SCV transfer here, he could have just murdered the worker line of Wannabe. But Wannabe getting his expansion up quite late, so going to be a heavy economic advantage for Last Shadow. It's already beginning to show in the supply a little bit. And right now, Wannabe's got to do something. Last Shadow is not a guy you want to be behind to economically, because if there's any battle he's going to win, it's going to be the economic battle.
Oh yeah, Wannabe doing a great job now. He's sending the Banshee up the left and up the center, having to split that Raven up, and then have to cost him scans instead of using mules. But he does have that one orbital command with a scan ready to go, and a drop going to take place for GG Last Shadow, as we see that that darn Banshee coming back in again for harassment. Well, the other one is on the other side, I thought. Nope, I don't see it, but the drop is going to happen right now. It's going to put it in from the left. He's going to come down the corridor and make his way straight through. We do see a massive Hellion siege tank. Well, I won't say massive, but a good amount of Hellions in a siege tank there on the left. And we see that a supply depot is going down in that area, so that
here comes the drop. He's just going to land it.
There's the drop.
Just going to land it and run it in, and there's nothing here that Wannabe can do to try and defend this. The Hellion's not going to get anything, pulling the tanks back immediately, so good control there. All those Hellions getting split up. Chasing, good job raising that that supply depot, cutting off the Hellions from getting at the workers. Great control there by Wannabe, shutting that drop down completely and utterly. So now he's going to take that as his mark to try and push at least into the territory of Last Shadow, if not all the way up his ramp. He's got a good amount of tanks, a good amount of Marines. Right now is not the time he's going to want to engage. That Banshee count not nearly high enough to really do any damage. And it looks like both players, Last Shadow's playing from anger, but he's playing well. And TQ Wannabe wanted to end it quick, and it didn't go the way he wanted. Now he's trying to get aggressive. Oh
yeah, this is one of those perfect situations right here where you're going to see these players really trying to kill each other. This is precisely the reason why you always want to have something on the ground, like a Marine or something, to defend these tanks, because then you have a Banshee that doesn't
just
have
screws
cloak,
everything
and he's going to murder. Yeah, he's going to murder the siege tank with no sort of aggression towards it.
And that Hellion and tank line there that was moving out there for Wannabe was quite large and considerable. I mean, Last Shadow's ahead in supply, but the largest percentage of that supply lead is in his workers, his SCV count. If we check it out, yeah, he's up 13, 14 SCVs over his opponent TQ Wannabe. So he's got a large amount of Hellions he can do some damage with, and a large amount of tanks, but no anti-air. And that one Banshee, just look how much that swung the game. Now we see Last Shadow sieged up in the middle.
Oh yeah, now if you look at Last Shadow's base in the right-hand corner, he's locked about 4 or 5 SCVs up with those supply depots, and they were just sitting there for quite a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, literally like 15, 20 seconds. And I guess he was trying to wait for this supply depot to go down, but they were literally doing nothing for about 15 to 20 seconds. And now we see Wannabe coming back in with a very damaged Banshee, causing a complete ruckus right here, staying just out of range of that missile turret, and more of those SCVs coming in to be sniped down pretty quickly. So all he's going to take out 1 or 2. He's going to pretty much remain safe, and if he keeps taking down this. Never mind, down it goes.
In the meantime, while he was doing that Banshee harassment, he's been trying to push out in the middle here, was turned away, lost a good number of Hellions. to this tank line of Last Shadow. And again, that one Banshee that Last Shadow had to deal with the tanks and the Hellions of Wannabe has really just changed the complexion of this game so much. Wannabe had the potential to siege at the bottom of his opponent's ramp, and instead he's caught at the bottom of his own ramp with his opponent well entrenched now at the center of the map.
Oh yeah, great job there by Wannabe. He takes out that Banshee, or sorry, takes out the Viking for the moment, but he really needs to move that force in and take out that Banshee before it can really take
just
in any.
Throwing away so many of those Hellions. No idea why he decided to rush those in. They're not even the bio that he could have targeted is even at the southern side there, and lost a few tanks there too. So not the best control by TQ Wannabe, and now that economic advantage of Last Shadow really beginning to show itself. We see 148 supplied with a 110 of Wannabe. And Last Shadow is beginning to look like the Last Shadow we know and love. He's got another expansion up. I'm sure he's going to be thinking about building another command center soon just for the hell of it. In fact, he's loading up a drop now to try and punish his opponent as well.
Oh yeah, Wannabe right now has that upper right hand expansion or main going up right now. Missile turrets going down to prevent any sort of drops. As you see, a drop is incoming right now to Last Shadow, but this is going to sorely get smashed as the missile turrets are going to go absolutely down.
Lost all but one. Wow, that's a rare moment of miscontrol there by Last Shadow. Last Shadow usually is not one to make those kind of mistakes, but costing him a little bit there. So, that's going to help Wannabe out, but Wannabe's still really behind and trailing now. Both players have up the sensor towers. Probably going to see a sensor tower built up here as well. At that, you don't want to call it hidden, but that jump over third base. He jumped over the expansion, moving up that right side. So, it looks like we may settle into an Avalo style of game here, man. We've got two big tank lines that are only going to get bigger, and both players really not being that active.
Oh yeah, and honestly, Wannabe really doesn't have to do anything. He could sit back and be the proxy Avalo of old and just wait, because GG Last Shadow is going to be the one that is going to just go absolutely bonkers if he does not move, and he's going and that's perfect for Wannabe because he's up 2-0.
Two more command centers going down now. So this is Last Shadow. This is how he plays. He'll mine a map out and make you, and he's just so patient. I mean, he just is that kind of player where he has no problem playing a match that goes an hour and a half and every mineral's mined out, because to him, that's how he wants to play. He wants to abuse the economy side of this game as much as he wants to abuse anything else.
Oh yeah, he really needs to move out some of these Vikings, one or two, just to kind of get vision a little bit longer, because a couple of those siege tanks are in range of his line, and with him just kind of maintaining these Vikings down here at the bottom, he's not really going to see it. He's going to need to pull it up a little bit more in order to take out. He can take out two siege tanks right now, or at least force two of them to unsiege.
So
but when you see another drop.
Oh, where's the drop heading to? Down the south side?
It was on the bottom left-hand side of Wannabe's, but unfortunately it did get picked off by those missile turrets, and a couple of Marines did manage to get out and kill a couple of things, but not too much damage there. But still enough to pull those Vikings away, and really cause Wannabe to shift his focus. And when you're going to do those focus shifting things, you really got to capitalize on them. Move your units, build something.
Right.
Change up the board a little bit. Now
one tank does get shelled. The Marine's getting a bit out of position, so a little bit of another misstep there. And all of a sudden, somehow, Last Shadow and Wannabe are tied in supply, Red Mage. I have no idea how that happened, other than Wannabe just playing patient and trying to get himself back in. That PDD is going to force these Vikings back, but unfortunately, nothing of TQ Wannabe is going to be in range of Last Shadow. So, just this Mexican-style standoff, and Wannabe's actually up in supply right now after Last Shadow lost both of those two drops. So it's something I'm kind of surprised that we're not seeing at this point, and something that I like to do in a TVT whenever you get into these tank stalemates is not waste, but switch your last 30 or 40 supply over to nothing but Marauders, and just get like a little strike team of Marauders that can push one side of the tank line while you try to push the other side. If we look here, we can see if he had a little team of Marauders, he could just swoop along down the south side of this outcropping here, this plateau, I should say, and really try to pick off one or two tanks just to draw them out of position.
Oh yeah, you're so right about that. Just little things that you can do to kind of minimize the amount of shelling that you're going to take, and using those little nooks and crannies. And as you can see, just like you said, and also at the top, they're spread out a little wider at the top, so he can easily try to take out 2 or 3 of those tanks, while at the bottom he has 5 or 6 of them like completely down. And right now, Wannabe just coming in right now, trying to shell or takes out those PDDs right there with the heavy Viking fire, and he really needs to go back there and try to take out that Raven.
Cloak Banshee's moving in now, though, for Wannabe, so Wannabe's going to be doing everything he can to punish this stationary tank line. The Viking's going to be there, so the Ravens is going to be there as well. Superior Viking count here for Last Shadow. So many Vikings, but almost all of these tanks on the south side of Last Shadow's line are gone now. So right now's the time. If Wannabe wants to push, now's the time to try.
Yeah, you got to do something. Neither force has a lot of Marine count right now. Wannabe did pick up a ton of Hellions right there to make sure that
now
they
here
were
come
safe.
The Banshees of Last Shadow. The Vikings are gone now, though, for TQ Wannabe. He has nothing that can shoot these. He's got one lone Marine, has to unsiege his entire tank line, and having to run all the way back home. He's going to lose the majority of these, but one Thor going to make his way out, and Thor going to show up on the map, ladies and gentlemen, to chase these Banshees away. So all of a sudden, things went from crazy passive to things going on all over the place. The Banshees now of Wannabe shelling the tanks of Last Shadow, while the Banshees of Last Shadow going to work on the army of Wannabes. Just pure madness and pandemonium here in the center of the map. The scans going down, the Thor doing what he can to deal with these Banshees, but Thors just do not match up well against Banshees at all. So we can see 112 hit points left, and Last Shadow, it's kind of hard to tell. He's behind in supply, but he's winning the positional battle, at least for the moment.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. And you and I have asked each other time and time again, when you're playing, like an Avalo style, opponent with just those massive siege lines, why don't people use Banshees?
Right.
And now we're actually seeing a matchup right now using Banshees and Vikings in siege tanks to try to contain your opponent and trying to take map position. As you see
so Vikings. Many Thors here for Wannabe. I love this. He switched to Thors so heavy. 3 more out now, and he's going to be able to just pretty much A-move himself into this small little tank line of Last Shadow when he's ready.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what he's going to do. So here they go, the lumbering behemoths walking their way up, going to go to work now. The Hellions bringing up the rear along with the tanks as well. The tank's going to be unsieged and start to push. Last Shadow falling way far behind. TQ Wannabe up 50 supply as he reclaims control of the center of this map. We see the couple little turrets of Last Shadow are not going to survive the night. The Viking count quite high, and now here come the Banshees and the Raven. So it's going to come down to how well these Thors can deal with these Banshees. The Viking count for TQ Wannabe, though, not going to be. And he types out easy. Here it comes, the BM. One way or the other, TQ Wannabe just going further and further ahead here with the Thors and the tanks and the Vikings. Oh, friggin' my, shelling down. And there it is from Last Shadow. No GG, but TQ Wannabe 3-0ing GG Last Shadow here in the finals of our IG Omega Divisional number 7, brought to you by itsgosu.com. Congratulations to TQ Wannabe. I got to line up his special song, but Rip Mage, tell him what he's won tonight.
You've won $20 courtesy of Max Integration and Hypocrite Games, and of course our one of our primary sponsors, Cyberground.us, and our brand new sponsor that I have no idea even how to remotely say the name.
Hang on, I'll get to it. And then I've got our badass winter music up. I'll go ahead and holler out the sponsors. Special thanks to Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and of course the sponsor that we're all struggling to learn, but we all know and love, Sanyamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. You can find them at sanyamabushu-goju.com. But special congratulations to our champion for the night, TQ Wannabe, 3-0ing GG Last Shadow in the best of 5 finals here at the IG Omega Divisional number 7. Just such great action tonight, Red Mage.
Oh yes, total action on all sides of the board. Seeing Wannabe completely ravage GG Last Shadow, unbelievable right there. The past several Omegas, GG Last Shadow just kind of swept it, and this week taken totally to task. Absolutely amazing gameplay from all of our competitors, and we hope to see everybody back next week. We hope to see all of you this Saturday if you're in the Northern Virginia area. We'll be at the Lucky Fool event at Cyberground here in Fairfax, Virginia. We hope to see everybody there. Of course, AC going to be co-casting live with IP from Rage Quit TV, and of course I'll be there. Actually competing in the tournament, trying not to embarrass myself too badly, and And, of course, we will be filming the My Life as a Gosu documentary there as well. So please come on out, because we want to ask everybody a couple of quick questions on camera, and you may have the possibility of being in a movie. So that's always kind of cool. And, of course, we'll be doing the same thing the following week. Unfortunately, I won't be competing in the tournament because AC and I will be broadcasting live
in the flesh, my friend. In the flesh.
Can't wait.
Oh, yeah, definitely come out and say hi to us. We've got so much planned for that event. It's been a great time tonight, guys. Thanks so much to everyone joining us in the stream, and thanks so much to everyone joining us in Battle.net. Of course, all of our players. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, so thanks so very much. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR. JR, what'd you say we get out of here and game a little?
I think that sounds like a great idea, AC. Let's get out. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. We'll see you later. Don't forget to follow us on Justin TV, Twitter, and Facebook to qualify for all those great Magic special edition Magic cards we're going to be giving out starting on Sunday.
All right, guys. Have a good night.